Gameshows! Yay!
Hey there guys, welcome to another Gunge game show. Yes, it has been a while. Today we're welcoming George.
Hi guys.
Today is something very special because today is the first preview of a new series that I'm doing, which is a premium custom game show. So basically what you can do is, if you would like to take part yourself, message me on Instagram at Cooktheant and we can sort this experience for you. So, are you ready to get started on your game show?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Let's crack on. So, George has no idea what game show we're doing today, and it's time to find out. Let's see if he has heard of it. The 1% Club, presented by Lee Mack. So, don't worry if you haven't heard of it, because I'm going to go over the rules now. So, the rules. You'll be given questions which rely on logic and not on general knowledge. Your job is to think outside of the box and use common sense. You are given 30 seconds to answer each question. You'll get like a little jingle in the background and a little timer, exactly 30 seconds. And you don't have to give your answer in the 30 seconds, it's just afterwards. Clear so far? Good. Next bit. Unlike the regular game show, which offers a free pass for a question when they reach 50%, you will be provided 2 passes from the very start. But use them wisely, as each pass will result in pies. 1 pie for your first pass, 5 pies for your second. Once you get a question wrong, it's classified as a pass and you'll be pied. Use all your passes and get another wrong, it is all over and you have a whole load of gunge coming your way. Clear. Still okay? Still glad you signed up for this? Bit late now, but for the first time in Gunge Game Show's history, reach and correctly answer the 1% question and you will win a cash prize. So, here's an example question. Which word can follow each of these images to make a well-known item? And since it's the example question, feel free just to answer it out loud if you get it.
Oil?
It is oil, fantastic. So in there you've got sunflower oil, engine oil, olive oil and coconut oil. So that's like an example of a very easy question. Now, what happens in the game show is, these questions are polled to people in the general public, and they're based on 90% of the public getting them right, then 80%, then 70%. So basically it goes down and down and down to the point of where 1% of the general public got it right. So don't be afraid to use your passes if you're stuck, but remember you've got 2 passes, and then if you get a question wrong, kaput. Right, good to go. So, your 90% question is, when spelled out alphabetically, which 5-letter word is missed out in these letters? So remember, you don't have to answer it out loud, you've got plenty of thinking time. Well, I mean, you'll eventually have to answer out loud, that's part of the quiz, but for now, getting near the end of your timer.
Which one's missing?
So you've got a word in there, using 5 letters. So, what do you think the answer is?
Begin.
Begin? Let's find out.
Begin or beginning?
Begin! So the letters B, E, G, I and N were missed out. Spell them in alphabetical order, you get begin. So, 90% question out of the way. Does that feel a bit more reassuring?
Yeah.
Cool. So, the 80% question. Here we go. If George wins this Gunge game show, he has a list of places he wants to visit in the next year. Georgia, Uruguay, Norway, Germany, and somewhere else. Which country is the most logical for him to visit? And you can read all of those, okay?
Yeah, try to read.
I am losing feeling in my left foot. I wish we had a higher stool, a higher camera, and a higher centre of gravity for me. All three of those would be very useful right now. Right, so, what is your guess? Remember, you've got 2 passes if you need them, but they equals pies. So, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to go with Canada.
Canada. It's Ethiopia. So, the first letters of the country spell out the word Gunge. So, Ethiopia should be the last option. We've got Georgia, Uruguay, Norway, Germany, and Ethiopia. So, if you get a question wrong at this stage, it equals a pass, and you know what that means. Right, so, pie pass number 1. You ready? I didn't even let him answer. That's the beauty of the situation. It's a bit left. There we go. Lovely. Right, so here is the 70% question. Are you good to go?
Yeah, go on.
Cool. Which common 5-word expression is used to describe what is happening in this picture? I'll give you a clue. Goosey go splash splash is incorrect. Just a heads up. So, 30 seconds are over. What do you think the 5-word phrase is? And it wasn't goosey go splash splash.
Water off a duck's back.
It is water off a duck's back. The duck's shaking the water off its back. Very nice. So, the 60% question. Now don't get me wrong in advance, I haven't actually polled people in public because I have a social life and also it's a bit weird. But I've looked at things on the show and these are kind of the equivalent questions, so just bear with and accept it for fact. That's what I'm doing. Right, so 60% question in theory. Jane, Freddie, Martha, Adam, Matt, Jason, Jack, Aaron, Sharon, Olivia and Natalie are all friends. Who is their other friend? I'd like to say the answer's Anthony, but I haven't got that many friends, so can't be right. Right, your 30 seconds are up. What do you think the answer is?
Ava.
Ava. Do you have a reason why you think it might be Ava?
Not really, just the A's.
The answer is Diana. The first letters make up the months of the year. Jane is January, Freddie is February, etc. So Diana represents December. So unfortunately, another wrong answer equals using his second pass. So poor George has no more passes at this stage. But more importantly, poor George has something else to look forward to. 5 pies! So, 5 pies time. You good to go? I will let you answer this time, don't worry.
Yeah.
I can recommend this to anyone at home. It's very cathartic to do. If you're having a long day at work or something like that, get on it. Just pop some on your head. There we go, lovely. Speaking of pop some on your head, pie hat. Sorry, I hit your face quite hard there. There we are, just calm it with some yellow. There we go. And one more pie for your pass. Oh, you look a bit like an ice lolly, those twister things, you know, things I'm on about. I don't think you taste like it. I'd imagine it's a lot more soapy. But, right, on with the quiz. Right, so, your 50% question. Now remember, if you get another question wrong, what happens?
I win a load of money.
I mean, you've probably seen our budget in the past. A lot of money's a stretch, quite honestly, but still. No, something better happens. I kick you out, and you get to go back like that. Right, so, 50% question. There is a ball under a cup. The number represents the colour of the cup. 1 is yellow, 2 is red, etc. The ball is underneath a cup, where the number is a prime number, is the colour of a Teletubby, and is a secondary colour. Which cup is the ball under? So if you're a fan of balls and cups, this is the question for you. And if you're a fan of cup and balls, you still might enjoy it. You probably enjoy something else more, granted, but...
I think I know this one.
So, George, what do you think the answer is?
Number 3, purple.
Correct! So the only... I'm not going to read out all that, can't be bothered. But yeah, it can only be 2, 3 or 5 in terms of prime numbers. Isn't the colour of a Teletubby, so it can't be orange. And then out of secondary and primary colours, purple's the only secondary colour. Fantastic, well done. Right, on to the 40% question. Getting more and more difficult now. Everyone in the family is named alphabetically by birthday. Harry is John's older brother, who was born after Harry. Sandra is younger than both of her brothers and sister, but older than her brother Tom, who was the middle child in the family. Do you see now how it gets more and more difficult? Can you read the names okay? Again, just checking, that sort of thing really does help when you haven't got your glasses and you've got a face full of foam. So 30 seconds are up. What do you think the answer is?
Mandy.
It is Mandy! So if they're put in alphabetical order, the children are Harry, John, Mandy, Sandra and Tom. Was that the kind of logic you were going for?
I just took a random guess.
Oh, well, it worked. It worked. Either way it worked, so yeah. 30% question. We're getting nearer and nearer to 1%. Which is the odd one out in these pictures? I'm standing up for a second, I can't feel anything. Right, so which do you think is the odd one out?
First one, pink flower.
The pink flower? Any particular reason?
No. Pink colour. The rest of it grey and blue, I don't know.
Bed. Flower, shower and tower all rhyme with each other. So I'm afraid you know what that means. Go on.
Gunge.
It is! Right, so unfortunately George has lost the game show. How do you feel about that?
It's a shame. I was in it to win it.
This might be more of a shame. But since it's been a while, been 3 years since I recorded one of these things, I think, and since George has had fun,
Yeah.
yeah, and he's been a very good sport, I've got a special prize for you. I hid it. Enjoy, George. I like asking if people are ready. I know you didn't want pink as part of the colour scheme, but I thought it would kind of go. How are you finding this so far?
This is pretty warm.
Yeah.
It's nice, yeah.
I made sure I made the pink last so it was the warmest.
It's like lube or something.
Less said the better.
Yeah.
Any particular preference on next colour?
Go for it.
I think we'll do green next. That is thicker. That is definitely thicker. Get some on your shoulders, might as well decorate you nicely. You're only here once, unless you come back then you're here twice or so on. But for now, once. We'll re-question your sanity and then it might be a second time. But shall we save the black till last? I mean, it is the... people might not know this. Black is the statement colour of Gameshows. It's used quite a lot. So a little factoid, one of my favourite colours, used a lot in Gameshows. We're ending with black. Oh, that's definitely thicker. You're still all right under there, dear. Scrapey, scrapey, scrapey. Are you still pleased you agreed to this?
Fucking nuts.
I like how there was no definitive answer to that, it was just... Right, so I know you've got a little bit on you already, but do you know what the tradition is at Gameshows?
Black.
Well, black, yes, that is one. But for the last bucket, you've got to have a good look up. Are you brave enough?
Right.
Good man. Sorry, I just hit you with the bucket. That wasn't meant to happen. I've only ever hit one other person with a bucket so far. I didn't hit him hard, probably. That's fine. The good thing is, when you do hit someone with a bucket, it really helps if you're not a very nice person like me. Then you just don't really care. So, I promise there's no more hidden buckets of Gunge now. How did you find that?
That was awesome, thank you.
Good. You are very, very welcome. George, thank you very much for coming. We'll
That's all right.
see you again at some point. Probably, maybe.
Never.
Never, okay. That's also a good answer. But remember, if for whatever reason you'd like to take part in a premium custom gunging, like George, give me a message on Cooktheant, the appear there. Or is it that way? Doesn't matter, I'm not very good at editing. But give me a message on there and we'll try and sort something out for you. Right, in that case, until next time, cheery bye!